What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Life with Shine podcast. I'm so excited to record this because, guys, this has really been marinating for quite some time now. And I think it's the perfect time to speak on what it is I have to say to the ladies. Ladies, this episode is for you, all about you. And I just want you guys to know that, you know, woman to woman, we must stick together and support each other and uplift each other, encourage each other, and build each other up. Okay. And so that is my intention and my goal in this podcast to, really share some insight and some information that I find will be helpful. Um, just in me sharing it and enlightening you guys on my perspective, right? So I got off work today and I was in a lift, and the interesting thing is I had a beautiful sister. She picked me up today, and we were in a conversation about hair, right? Because she was asking me about my locks, and I started to, just share bits of my journey with her. And one of the things that came up was, something or an experience she had with her hair that was very traumatic, right? That was traumatic for her. Now, like I shared with her when she shared her experience, I pointed out to her that you experienced something that I've spoken about, and I'm also very sensitive to, as far as the awareness of, and that's hair trauma, right? Now, many of you guys know that I'm a hairstylist of many years. I've been doing hair since I was 10 years old. I'm also a business coach for hairstylists. So, when it comes to hair, I've actually have a lot to share about the process and the deep inner connections that can often be overlooked, right? Because my experiences have afforded me these this knowledge that I feel called to share, right? Like, I mean, we can only speak on in truth the things that we know through experience. That's what knowledge is. That's what wisdom is. So I started to share with her, because she was asking me about my locks, and I was sharing with her about the fact that, the experience that she shared was hair trauma. And that was one of the reasons why I felt called to lock my hair, was I wanted to really shed those layers of trauma that were subtle. So I shared with her about my transformation, right? I shared with her the fact that my hair, locking it for me was a very deep spiritual experience. It really called me to make a lot of shifts internally. And those shifts look a lot like me connecting back to my truth, me connecting back to my inner beauty, my essence, my natural original design, you know? And so a lot of that came with facing insecurities or things that, we could increase our confidence in, right? So owning these subtle things about ourselves that we may judge or, maybe even be discredited or repressed. And, it just brings about the conversation of how your hair, when you decide to actually lock your hair, you are going to be faced with those opportunities to own more of your truth, own who you naturally are, own your natural beauty, right? And even in the essence of, like, I was a girl who loved, wearing um lash extensions. And honestly, guys, I'm gonna be real honest with you. This is to let you guys know from my point of view and where I am. I actually love my natural eyes, right? With really nothing added, right? And a lot of that comes with the process of you going through the inner work, you actually, embodying deeper and deeper confidence in who you are, your uniqueness. And so, we just got into a discussion that I felt that, a lot of that needed to be pointed out, and just to share, like, you know the connection to our hair and who we are and how we show up in the world and our confidence. It all plays a major role. Okay, it plays a major role whether we realize it or not. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people know, because of the innate ability to invest in your hair and invest in your beauty, right? Because listen, the beauty industry is $1 trillion industry. I mean, think about it. Like, the amount of money and effort that you put into yourself to look good, to feel good, and to just show up as you see yourself, right? So, you know, when I think about this topic, it's like I keep running into people who ask me about my hair, and they're like, that's where I'm at right now, and so I'm like, well, why not just speak about this openly? Why not just speak about this, you know, um, in a public way? Because this can just bring about the conversation for other people to know that they're not alone. That I mean, when you decide to go through the journey of locking your hair, and you're still, going through the pre-lock process, because there is a process before you actually establish your locks. You don't just wake up one day with the decision and then go do it. No, like, you actually, it first becomes a thought, or, an interest. And then you actually then go through the journey of, you know, doing certain things to prepare yourself for the actual lock establishment. Okay. So I just kind of wanted to point that out, because, I've done consultations for locks, and I have had people, because I'm brutally honest in our consultations. I let my clients know when they come, that this is more than just you locking your hair. You're going to go through a journey. You're going to go through an experience, or experiences that you got to really prepare for. I mean, for me personally, like, I remember I went through a process of, like, giving away a lot of my old clothes. I went through a process of, like, moving, and just, really just, um, oh my God, there's many things. But a lot of this was going on or taking place internally first. So the internal shifts that you undergo simply by making that choice is just, it's just breathtaking. It's mind blowing. So this is just one highlight of how I feel like we're being called to own more and more of our essence and our truth naturally, right? And nothing's wrong with any beauty enhancements. I'm in the beauty industry, so who am I to say anything of the sort? Because that's not how I believe. I just believe that do what feels most authentic to you and what feels right for you. You know, I'm not against weave, wigs, nails, lash extensions. I'm not against none of that stuff. I actually love those things. But what I do notice as far as a difference between the version of me that wore those things all the time and the version of me now is that I don't feel I need those things, right? I don't feel, it's like almost like I'll do those things on, occasions, or, when I feel inspired to. But for my everyday, I'm like, I naturally embrace what is and my truth, right? So this is about having or building your self-esteem and having respect for yourself and really just taking care of your temple from the inside out, right? So, facing these innermost parts of yourself and having standards for yourself, right? Um, really checking yourself on the choices and the decisions you make, because when the young lady was sharing her traumatic hair experience, I was letting her know that, even in the conversation she was freeing herself, but I was letting her know that, you know when trauma happens, it can result in a freeze, right? It can create some level of maybe fear or some type of self-protection that we go into. But normally, how you can actually overcome trauma very quickly or move past it or move through it is that you create a new experience of that thing to show you that you are safe, to show you that not every experience will be that way, to show you that things can be different and they can progress and they can change, right? So, having the ability to move forward in life is very, very important. Now, this young lady on this particular service she was speaking on, she hasn't had that service done since. But I'm like encouraging her, like, hey, try it again. Just do it again. Like, um, and it doesn't have to be with me, but just do it, to show yourself that you will be okay. Um, and so that's just something that I just kind of wanted to point out here. But let's get to something deeper that I wanted to go into with this. Because as you can see by the title, it says women, we have, or we gotta do better. Okay, we gotta do better. And I said that to say because, and this is just a example, but there are many, many, many more that I can actually reference and pull from. But just in this exchange with this sister, for me was like, okay, it's time. It's time to release this podcast and this information because, like I said, I've been sitting on this for quite some time. And I was like, you know what? Here's the thing that I find that I feel would be valuable for us is understanding that we are here to support, encourage, and uplift one another, right? And ways that we can do that is simply by sharing our stories, sharing our experiences, sharing where we are much more alike than we are different, right? And also sharing in a way that, like, you just never know how you sharing your story will help someone else or pull someone else through something that they've been navigating that you've already navigated. So that's a beautiful thing. So I guess I'm just trying to speak to the fact that where can we really raise our awareness and our discernment on doing what we are called to do. Okay. A lot of us are way showers, leaders, visionaries. I mean, so many different things, right? So my thing is, it's time for us to really get focused and get in our bag. You know what I'm saying? Get in your bag, love. Get in your bag. Trust yourself. Um, really, really, increase your personal power and in ways that you have given it away, right? And also calling your energy back to you, right? Reclaiming what's always been yours. Because this is the important of actually having healing, right? Because it's so subtle. It's so being attuned to the subtleties, right? You just never know how you can inspire or touch someone else by you simply showing up as you, showing up fully, showing up, sharing. And so my thing is like really, really pay attention to what you are naturally good at, what you are naturally able to do. Um, Attune your ear to hear and discern what is of God and what is not. Now, why is this important? Because we got to realize that there's going to be things that we cannot let distract us from our purpose and our mission, right? We can't let things distract us. Just because something happened does not mean it is the end. It means that you are experiencing something that you are fine tuning within yourself, increasing your awareness, increasing your gifts, and attuning to your highest version of yourself. So in a way, this is a call for women, right? For women, my sisters, for us all to really, really not let anyone distract us from our purpose. Okay. There is so many tricks and distractions out there, guys, that I'm feeling called to speak to and share with you all to remind you to really, really stand firm, right? Stand firm. Stand firm in who you are. Stand firm in your power. Stand firm in your vision. Stand firm. And, let the Holy Spirit guide you. Let the Holy Spirit nourish you, provide, encourage you, all of those things, right? So that the Holy Spirit can see you through. And this is about you knowing your true identity, knowing who your identity is through Christ, right? And what am I speaking to right now, guys? What am I really, really speaking to? I'm speaking to your sacredness. I'm speaking to your holiness. I'm speaking to the sacred woman, your wisdom. That's what we're being attuned and being called to really, really tap into your inner wisdom, your sacredness. So living life as a sacred woman, guess what that does, guys? It calls us to higher standards. Higher standards. So, where are we needing to raise our standards when we've been accepting things that's way less than what we should? Come on now. Y'all know I'm speaking. Y'all know I'm preaching. Y'all have to understand that this is the time to embrace your true identity, embrace your true essence, and embrace your journey to that, right? And, that's what this is really showing it's like the full circle for me is knowing that I'm really, really tapping into sacred wisdom. This is important because a lot of us are being called to this work. A lot of us are being called to go deeper within our feminine power, our feminine essence, and not in no woo-woo way of like, oh, let's masculine, feminine. No, we need to understand what this is all about. We need to understand what that looks like because a lot of us didn't get the blueprint from those around us. Right? We had to go searching. We had to go seek. So if you are in that energy of like, what is happening? I'm feeling called for something more. I'm feeling called for something deeper. I'm feeling called for something authentic and genuine. You're feeling called to raise your standards. And this is my call and encouragement to you is to do just that. Raise the bar, sis. Raise the bar, sis. Right? Raise the bar. Raise your discernment. Raise it. Raise it. And move in it. Okay? Don't let nobody play with you because you ain't playing about you. You see how that works? You're not going to let nobody play with you because you ain't playing about you. You're not going to let nobody waste your time because you ain't wasting your time. You're not going to let nobody distract you because you're not distracted. You're focused. Right? Sisters, sisters, we can create whatever we want to. We get to choose. We get to choose. So this is the time where we get to choose, meaning where are we, what decisions are we making? And is it in alignment with the choices that we want to go, like the direction we want to go in, right? So this is where the fine tuning comes in. This is where the refinement comes in. So we're fine tuning ourselves. We're fine tuning ourselves. And y'all get it, right? Because I mean, this is the building of, let's say, the building blocks. The building blocks of deep confidence. That inner confidence, right? Oftentimes you hear people talking about self-empowerment, self-improvement, right? But this comes with self-esteem. Building your self-esteem, building your self-respect, right? Because I noticed that we really can, you know, do all these different things to look good on the outside. But do you feel good inside? Does that match on the inside? That's the key. When it matches on the inside, oh my God, you really, really bringing that energy, baby. You bringing the heat. You bringing the heat. Because now what's inside is being reflected outside. And people can see it. People can feel it. You don't even have to make an announcement. People just know. you know? It can be felt. So, this is about us really, really going to the next level. Going to the next level. Going to the next level. So all of my beauty experts, my beauty queens, my goddesses, yes. This is where we can take it up a notch. Few notches. Let's go, man. Let's go. Tap into that sacred wisdom, that sacred knowledge. You know, I'm here to support you and encourage you. So if you need um more insight, more understanding, then definitely book a one-on-one. Book a session with me. Let's go there. Let's uncover all of those the let's uncover it. All right. Let's uncover the things that are needing to be cleared out, needing to be released so that you can really, really see you transform and shine. Okay? That's what this is about. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave it here. I was not about to go in on y'all. I know y'all was kind of nervous about the title, right? Like, oh my gosh, she's really calling us out. Yeah, I am. I did a call. You got the call, but it probably wasn't a call that you probably thought it was gonna be. This call is it is this call you know what this is. You know what this is about. Tap in. You know what it's about. That's the one. So all right, listen. I'm gonna leave it at there because I know that the work has been done. Now it's on you. Now it's on you. All right. So I'll catch you guys next time. You guys take care. Stay blessed. Stay shining. Peace.